Yo, what's up everybody? It's me, WDMichael, and in today's YouTube video, we've got another episode of WD Learns VGC, where I will be featuring a Dragon Tera Gholdengo team that I have had a lot of fun and success running in Regulation E. So we'll hop on over, check the rentals so that you can play it on your own system. We'll also hop into a couple of ranked battles so you can see how I pilot this team. So let's hop into this video and check out Dragon Tera Gholdengo. All right, let's kick off this video with the rental code for this team. This has been an absolute blast to run. I honestly this was one of the first teams in Regulation E that I felt really comfortable with. And a big part of that was I built this team live on stream with a bunch of my viewers and got a lot of help and guidance on building this team and adding some other things that maybe I didn't really think about. And so first off, I just want to say thank you to all my viewers who come into my Twitch streams, man. You guys are all absolutely fantastic. You all have massive big brains, and I cannot thank you enough for helping me build super just awesome teams like this, because without you I wouldn't have had this team and we wouldn't have even had this video. So big shout out to all of you at home. But this was really awesome, man. This was a really fun one to build on stream, and really kind of the there were really two main focuses I wanted to go with on this team. One, I really wanted to play with Ninetales. I saw Ninetales being used every once in a while for a nice Aurora Veil setter, so getting some screens up. And so I was trying to think of like, what is going to be the best way where I can get, if I'm getting screens up and I've got the grassy terrain from Rillaboom, we've got a lot of recovery, we've got a lot of sustain. So now how can I really make the most out of all that sustain and recovery? And I cannot stop thinking about Dragon Tera Gholdengo. It was one of those Pokemon where Gholdengo is by itself just a really strong Pokemon. Its ability good as gold means that you're not getting any status conditions. It also means that with Gholdengo you get Make It Rain, you get access to Nasty Plot, Shadow Ball. You're a ghost Pokemon, so you have to be faked out. Like, Gholdengo by far is one of just the most it's a Swiss Army knife in Pokemon. It has so much going well for it, and there's so few downsides to running Gholdengo. It's kind of crazy. So if we can add or accentuate any of those kind of attributes towards it, we're probably doing pretty well. And that's exactly what this team was. And we found out, so like if we run a Dragon Tera on it, for example, Dragon Tera flip-flops its resistances with the whole like steel and like ghost, so you get a bunch of different kind of resistances and weaknesses to it. So depending on what Pokemon are on the other side of the field, you can really target down and remove something like a Fluttermane, who would be a real issue to Gholdengo once he's in Dragon Tera. But if you can get rid of him before you Dragon Tera, chances are there's not gonna be much else on the opposing team that's actually gonna be able to do a lot of damage to you. And so you put yourself in a position where you just have this nuke on the other side of this, on your side of the field, with almost no way for the opponent to take care of it. So that's been a lot of fun. And then you add like leftovers to the Gholdengo and then the grassy terrain in Aurora Veil. That Gholdengo would eat some crazy hits. It would recover a lot. It was like it just never got knocked out. And that's a big problem with Gholdengo, because if you Nasty Plot once or even twice, those Shadow Balls are one-shotting a lot of things. Or even those Make It Rains. Like it ends up being a real problem if you don't take care of it early on. And so that's been kind of the real, like, the key piece to this team was this Dragon Tera Gholdengo. And it was so brutal. There were so many games where it single-handedly won the game just because all the support around it helped it out. Now on top, so when we're talking about like the Ninetales were really like one of those like key Pokemon that we wanted to have on the team with the Aurora Veil. And so I was like, okay, when building this team, we really want to have, if we're gonna have the snow up, like the terrain, you really want to have one Pokemon that can at least somewhat benefit from it, or like otherwise then like what's the point? So I kept on going back and forth between either having Iron Bundle or Baxcalibur, and like they're both really good, but they each have their own kind of things that they do really well. And I'll be honest, I really wanted to just blizzard people, and so we went with the Iron Bundle with booster energy, speed, Icy Wind, Blizzard, Hydro Pump. Was a lot of fun. The Icy Winds help to kind of reduce some speed, which can actually really help your Gholdengo later on, or any of your other Pokemon for that matter. Just dropping speed stats is always nice to have. Blizzard does an insane amount of damage, especially when you Ice Terra. It's kind of crazy. And then Hydro Pump is always, you know, that big water damage move. You gotta have at least one water move. But honestly, even just the bundle itself surprisingly lived a lot of hits that I really never thought it was going to. And a lot of that came to the fact that they redid snow during this generation, where you get a little bit of a boosted defense for ice type Pokemon that are in snow. So Iron Bundle actually lived a couple of things from like Urshifus and other stuff where I was like, man, it really shouldn't have lived that. So Iron Bundle was also a little bulky, kind of awesome powerhouse, which was really cool to have. On the other side of that, we had with the Ninetales, you have the Aurora Veil Freeze Dry. Freeze Dry was really nice because it helped deal with a lot of the water type Pokemon like Urshifu, Dondozo. It gave us a nice little like power punch towards some of those Pokemon, which is nice to have. Encore, I'll be honest, there's certain games where Encore can just win you the game by itself. So just having Encore on the team is just, it's wild. Encore is a really good Pokemon move you can set up right. And then Moonblast is just a really nice fairy type move that we needed on the team to kind of round it out. As I was saying, the Rillaboom was really awesome on this team because it gave us the grassy terrain, which I'll be honest, it was really needed. It gave us a way to get rid of, you know, any psychic terrains. It gave us recovery. It was really nice to have. And honestly, Rillaboom with Assault Vest is a really hard Pokemon to take out, especially when you get it Aurora Veil. Like, all these Pokemon really benefited from Aurora Veil, so it made them just even that much more difficult to knock out. And so, yeah, I think that was probably my favorite part about this team was the survivability was just insane. But I ran with high horsepower on this one. I felt like I really wanted, like, I kept running, you know, either U-turn or stuff like that, and I just felt like there was a lot of times where Rillaboom got in a position where he wasn't able to do any damage because grass and bug really don't do a lot of damage to certain types of Pokemon. So I really wanted to round it out and give it something else to help out with some of the other Pokemon that I was having issues knocking out, specifically like fire type Pokemon, stuff like that. So yeah, Rillaboom, awesome Pokemon. I absolutely love that one. And then our last two were kind of like some Pokemon that really kind of help round out the team. Landorus is a great Pokemon. Intimidate's always nice to have on a team, especially when you're going for sustainability. Having Intimidate to drop the attacks at another Pokemon just helps you out that much better. It was also really nice to have because Gholdengo is obviously weak to ground. Having something that you can swap back and forth between the Gholdengo and have it a complete immunity was always nice to have, especially when you were expecting it to happen, you knew it was going to happen. It gives you a nice free swap out, and then swapping out a Landorus or swapping in a Landorus is never something you don't feel bad about. Like, it just Intimidate's great. It's a nice Pokemon. It does a lot of damage, especially with Choice Scarf. You're hitting really quick, you have to worry about getting outsped by a whole lot. So yeah, Landorus, a solid Pokemon in this meta. We've seen a bunch of it. And then Heatran's also, it was kind of like that Pokemon that I really wanted to, we needed a fire type Pokemon. We wanted to round out the team, and I wanted something a little bit different than running like the Hearth Flame Pokemon. So I was like, all right, let's do Heatran. Heatran's been really popular right now, but I was trying to figure out ways to deal with some of the issues that we have on our team. Which one, if we take away the Heatran, a bunch of our Pokemon are weak to fire type Pokemon, specifically Hearth Flame Ogre. And that was like just a huge problem just looking at it off the bat. Obviously Rillaboom can tear into water, or Gholdengo can tear into dragon, but again, we have to specifically use a Tera just to deal with one particular type of Pokemon or one Pokemon. And so Heatran is one of those Pokemon where it gets Flash Fire, so it gives us a complete immunity to fire type Pokemon, and also boosts us whenever we get hit with a fire type move. So swapping in Heatran when I needed to was always nice to have. It was nice to have in that back pocket. On top of the fact that it has Ability Shield, and right now, this is a team that's probably a couple weeks older, but right now I probably would change the Ability Shield to like a Life Orb or something like that. And the real reason is because I guess the reason why we even ran Ability Shield was, one, Weezing was kind of being a little bit more problematic when this team was built. On top of the fact that Hearth Flame was really popular when this team was built, so like there was a lot of Hearth Flame Ogres out there. And the problem with them is that they have Moxie, I believe. Not Moxie, no. I can't think of the name of it. Why can't I think of the name of it? I'm gonna have to stop. Hold on, I'm gonna find it out really quick because I can't remember the name of it, but I know. Let's see. So Hearth Flame Mask Ogre Pop. It is Mold Breaker. That's what it was. All right, so Mold Breaker. Oh, I couldn't think of the name of that one. But Mold Breaker basically means that it's just going to absolutely annihilate you. It doesn't matter what your typing is. It's just going to go through with it. So, and it will also, it doesn't really have to deal with any of your actual abilities. So Heatran with Ability Shield ends up making it so that those Hearth Flames actually don't hit you because they can't get through past your ability. And that was the really big problem, was that you were seeing a lot of Heatrans getting one shot by these Hearth Flames, and it was like, wait, why is that happening? It's because of its ability. And so if we can keep Heatran's ability on and not actually get rid of it, we actually end up countering those Hearth Flames. So that was kind of the reason for that one. It was a lot of fun. I didn't get to use it a lot, unfortunately, just because, like I said, Hearth Flame Ogerpon kind of died out a little bit. It isn't as popular as it once was, especially when it first popped out, so haven't seen as much. But that is the team. It was an absolute blast to run this one. And again, thank you to everybody who helped make it in the stream when I was making it. I had a blast with this one. I've moved on to another team. We'll be featured here in another video upcoming. But let's hop into some games. Let's test this one out again. And let's hop onto the ranked ladder and see how well we can run it. All right, so we've got our first battle here against Kazuma, who's got also a Gholdengo. So this will be pretty cool. We've got, looks like, the Tornadus Water Urshifu combo, which has been kind of annoying to have to deal with, but surprising to see the Water Ogerpon. So I'm kind of curious now if that Urshifu is actually the Fighting Dark type Urshifu. It would make sense, but I could also see it being the Water Urshifu. We do have Fake Out. We have the Rock Slide from the Hisuian Arcanine. Pretty sick team. All right, so I don't really see any issues with the Dragon Tera Gholdengo. There isn't really like any solid Pokemon that can deal with it. So I think that Pokemon will be definitely handy. I think Rillaboom will be decent. I don't think Ninetales is going to be our best option to open this game up. It could be decent. I'm gonna try the Ninetales. I think I'm gonna try the Ninetales. My only really big issue with the Ninetales is the fact that they do have their Gholdengo. If they open up with the Gholdengo, it could be a problem because it just absolutely annihilates Ninetales. So that's definitely one of the big things I gotta worry about. Okay, so they didn't send it out, which is great, but they do have the option of changing the weather. So that is also another problem, especially if they have Covert Cloak. So, I mean, what we can do is we can fake out the Tornadus to see if he has any way to stop it from happening. Let's just see. I don't know, because sometimes, I mean, there's a couple options. You could either have Covert Cloak or it could have Ghost Tera, and that would ruin it. So we'll see. He has Covert Cloak, okay. Good to know. And one shots the Ninetales, fantastic. And so, I mean, that was kind of the issue. Like, Tornadus is always a problem with Ninetales, so you gotta really watch out for that Pokemon, because, whoo, I tell you what, Pokemon is a huge issue. So, I think we're gonna swap in the Lando here. I don't think that they're gonna give me just a free KO on the Ogerpon with the Rillaboom, and I think with the Tornadus, we'll probably eat a Bleak one, so. I think I'm just gonna Nasty Plot. I was debating on whether or not to Dragon Tera on that turn, and I think I probably should have, but I also didn't know if I wanted to waste it already. Or burn it already, I guess. And it's gonna hurt. Yeah, it still took out half, that's a lot. So what we're gonna do on this turn is we're definitely gonna Dragon Tera. Might even protect and Rock Slide, to be honest. Or do I want to bring in the... Let's we're +2 Shadow Ball. Let's drop it into this Torn. What are they tearing into? It's a Water Tera, okay. So you get some special defense boost. Put our Dragon Tera. Alright, so we get the U-turn off. I wonder if he wanted to go for that Lando slot. Have you cudgel on the Lando? Nice. Called that one. That was a good swap. Good U-turn. That bleak one's gonna hurt though. Wow, didn't even knock him out. All right, we're in a, I'm not gonna lie, we're in a really bad spot right now. Just due to the fact that yeah, we're really low. That's our biggest problem right now. I think we'll protect this turn, kind of save a little bit of damage. Yeah, I figured using a spiky shield because he's either going to Tailwind or he's going to Bleak Wind to try to get some kills off on the Rillaboom and the Gholdengo, but I think this Grassy Glide kills. Yeah, it was close enough. All right, sweet. So Gholdengo comes up a little bit from the leftovers in the grassy terrain, which is always nice. I mean, we do still have our Lando in the back, so I mean that's really nice to have. Definitely a good one to have in the back. So he can fake out my Gholdengo, which is a huge problem. I think I just want to try and go for the double protect. Oh, we got it. Okay, that was good. That was good. Who's he gonna fake out? Oh, he faked out the Rillaboom. No. And he went for the Rillaboom on the other cudgel. Wow, that was crazy. I could have just gone for an attack. Oh, I can't believe it. Ouch, man. That one hurt. That one hurt. Okay, so now we've got the Lando. Oh, this is gonna hurt. That Ogerpon is quick. think I might need a flinch, to be honest. Like, I really, like, I think that a flinch is going to be one of my... They withdraw. Okay. What would be really awful is if this dude has an ice punch. That would be like a worst case scenario. If this Iron Hands is ice punch, I'm in a terrible, terrible spot. Okay, so no Arcanine. Do we get a flinch? He's got Drain Punch. Okay. Not too bad. Not too bad. It could have been a lot worse. Lot worse. All right. If there's a flinch, there's a way. Okay. Is he gonna protect? I don't think he does. Don't you dare spike your shield. He didn't. Okay, we're good. We need a flinch. Yes, we got the Ogerpon to flinch. Oh, that was exactly what we needed. Oh, how far does it drop him down? Okay, we need... Oh, we got a double flinch. Let's go. Oh. Oh, come on. Come on, RNG, give it to me. All right, he's definitely gonna spike you. Like, there's no way he doesn't, right? Like, Make It Rain isn't gonna do a whole lot. Spiky shield, do it. Spiky shield. Give me the spiky shield. Do it. He did. Let's go. We made the right read again. Let's go. All right, give me another. Come on, Lando. I need them flinches. Give me them flinches, man. Oh, it did nothing. We need some big Shadow Ball damage. Decent. Okay. Now we Shadow Ball the Ogerpon. Oh, come on. Can we pull this one out? That'd be amazing. Oh, they got another spiky. No, no way. Oh, they got the 50. Brutal. Yo, give me another flinch on his hands. Give me a flinch. Come on, give it to me. Flinch. Yeah, let's go. Oh my, this game is trying to make me win it. Let's go. Oh, come on, give it to me. The only thing that's like really awful for them though is my Gholdengo's back in green now for all these like wasted turns we've done. So like, oh, they canceled. Let's go. Yes. And okay, so I mean, let's talk about that really quick. So, I mean, let's be honest. The one, like, we were talking about the Dragon Tera Gholdengo and, like, why is it, like, that is why right there. It ends up being a huge issue if you don't deal with it. It ends up, you know, we had one nasty plot and we were just running Shadow Balls. I mean, like, that's, you really, like, it's so awesome because it was like, it's a really bulky Gholdengo, so we lived through a lot. We get our HP recovery back, and if they can't do anything for a couple, like, we end up, we were almost one-shot with our Gholdengo there, and we were back up over green because we were just playing right. We made some really nice reads. Got some really, really nice flinches in that game, but like, man, it just shows how strong Dragon Tera is on really like bulky, strong, beefy Pokemon. So like, we've been seeing a lot of Dondozo with Dragon Tera. We see Gholdengo with Dragon Tera. We even saw Iron Hands with Dragon Tera. And it's because it resists so much and there's not really a lot in the meta that really does a lot of damage to it. And if you can get rid of those few things that are super effective to the Dragon Tera, you are in a fantastic spot. That's exactly what happened that last game. Ogerpon in general really struggles into Dragon Tera anything. They just don't have anything that's going to do a lot of damage into it. And most of their damage is resisted. So, man, this is literally the reason why I was so like having a really awesome time with Dragon Tera Gholdengo. It is so annoying to have to try to kill. It doesn't go down. So that was an awesome proof to showcase exactly how that played out. But seriously, thank you all for coming out to this YouTube video where we featured the Dragon Tera Gholdengo and all the other Pokemon that were on this team, which were absolutely fantastic. Rillaboom's great. Also kind of showcased that Ninetales, obviously, if you run it wrong, you're going to get cooked right off the bat. You really got to pay attention to the other team and what counters they have, because Ninetales has a lot of counters, unfortunately. So something to think about. But again, seriously, thank you all so much for coming out to this video where we checked out this Dragon Tera Gholdengo. It was an absolute blast playing this game, or playing this team, and then also showcasing on this YouTube video. It's just, those were almost like how all those games ended up going. This is really cool, man. It's a really awesome team. So if you like this, make sure you hit that like, that subscribe, and that notification bell so you get notified when I drop more videos just like this one, as I'll be definitely dropping more WD Learns VGC videos or other videos from my Twitch stream, like highlights from VGC, shiny hunting, or even some stuff from the Wide League tournaments that I host every Saturday night. So if you like Pokemon VGC or specific competitive VGC and 2v2 battles, then make sure you hop on over to the Wide League's Twitter account, check them out, and sign up for one of our tournaments. I'd love to see you sign up. But again, thank you all so much. I hope you have a fantastic day out in the Paldea in the Kitakami region. And until next time, trainers, peace out.